Well, hello, good evening and welcome to my home education video on how to use a microscope. The microscope that you can see in front of you is called the Learner Universal Microscope from Apex Microscopes, and that's the leaflet that came with it, the guide to it, and I'll be putting a link in the description of where to buy it on the Apex Microscope website, which is a link to there. So this one costs £60, and I think this is the best value for money microscope that you can get. There is also the practitioner microscope, which is £55 more expensive, so almost double the price, called the practitioner. And that's more expensive because that has a finely movable stage which you can do fine-tuning to see things on the slide. But I'll come to why that's a better one. If you're going to use the microscope a lot more, that's why it's worth spending that more, and I'll come into that in more detail. The components of a microscope. Firstly, we've got here what's called the stage, where we place our slide on. And there are two metal clips here that keep the slide in place. So what you do is you just pick up, you can use one of them to place the slide in, and then you place the other clip over the slide on that side, and then you can just move it about so you have the place you want to view in the middle. The next thing you do is you turn on the light source. Now this has got two light sources, one underneath it that you'd shine up through the place you want to look at, if that's a thin place. So that's light comes on, that light comes on like that. But if it's an object that you can't shine light through because it's too dense, whatever, then you use this light source on the top there, and you shine the light onto it, and then it reflects up and then through the lens. So we're going to be using the bottom light here to shine it through because it's a very thin piece we've got there. Now the viewing elements. This is called the eyepiece here, and there are two eyepieces that come with it. This has got a 15 times magnification, the other one has 10 times magnification. And then we have three objective lenses here of varying power. The smallest one here is 4 times magnification. The next one up is this one, which is 10 times magnification, and the largest one is 40 times magnification. So your total magnification is you multiply the top one there by the bottom one. So the lowest power is 15 times 4, so it has 60 times magnification, and the largest one is 15 times 40, so that is 600 times magnification. Right, so to view a prepared cell, the first thing you do is obviously put the slide on the stage here underneath the clips. You then turn the light on that lights up from underneath, so you put that on switch 1, and then you make sure you have the stage at its lowest point down. You don't have it right up, but you have it right down. And then you look through the eyepiece, and then you bring the stage up slowly until you see the pieces in it coming to view. Ah, there we have it. And we're on the lowest magnification here, by the way, so we start on that first. So obviously you can't see what I'm looking at now, but I will be using what's called a mini grab that connects up to the computer and goes on the eyepiece, so I can show you exactly what I'm doing. Well, you can see what I've been doing on the laptop screen. So then when you want to go up to a higher magnification, what you do is you take the stage down to its lowest point, turn the objective lenses onto the next magnification, which is 10 times magnification, and then again you bring it up until you can see the items on the slide come into view, and there they are. And you can obviously see a lot more detail because you can see all the cells inside. These are the Parmacemium cells. And then to go on to the next magnification, the highest one, which is 40 times, that's lots more powerful, you turn that over and you bring this up. Now this is going to be a lot more powerful, and you need to be very careful because this objective lens then comes very close to the slide to get into view, so you have to take it very gently up until you can see them come into view there. And then you see them. Now, thing is, when I'm wanting to move the object slide, I only need to touch very carefully, very slightly on this, and it moves a large amount. Now that's why, if you're doing a lot of slide viewing, it's good to pay a bit more for the what's it called, the practitioner, which has fine adjustments on the stage, because you can just, with your fingers, you only can do coarse ones. This has a screw based mechanism for moving the stage very gently from across and up and down, so you can get just the right part of the slide in view. But I say that costs a bit more. That's £115 for the practitioner. So if you're going to only do a few slides viewing and make the odd one, it's perhaps not worth it. But if you're going to do a lot of slide viewing, it's worth spending the extra £55. Now, with the microscope, you do get a range of accessories or things that you need to be able to make microscope slides. What comes with it is a pack of 5 prepared slides in there, a pack of 5 basic slides that you can make slides up yourself, some cover glasses that go over the prepared specimen that you're wanting to look at, and I'll be going over in the next video of how to actually make some microscope slides. Some tweezers. This is a little kind of implement for being able to just lower the cover glass on gently. Some cotton buds or swabs. A specimen holder, so it's just like a mini Petri dish. And a pipette here, which is used for putting staining onto the specimen that you're going to look at. So we're going to be looking at, in the next video, at onion slice, and to be able to view the cells much easier, you stain it with what's normally we use iodine tincture, which you used to be able to get from Boots quite easily, but I couldn't when I last went into Boots. They didn't stock it, but you can get it off Amazon quite easily. Right, the next piece of equipment we can look at is what's called the Apex Mini Grab. And this is a piece of software, or hardware rather, that you can put in place of the eyepiece, and it enables you to look at the specimens on the slide through the computer. And you have this lead here, which you then connect up onto the computer. And in the next bit, I'll show you how you can look at it on the laptop. Here we now have a view of my laptop screen, and what we have is a piece of software that I've installed called ToopView. Why it's called ToopView, I haven't the faintest idea, but there it is. And then we double click on the icon for the ToopView to get the program running, and there's the opening screen. And if you see in the top left there, we've got camera list, and we've got the mini grab itself recognised there, so we just click on that and it comes into view. So what we then do is we turn on the light on the microscope, switch that on, and then we actually see a signal coming up. Now the stage is at its lowest, and what we're now going to be doing is bringing the stage up so it comes closer to the objective lens, and as we do that you can see there the Parmeseum cells come into view, and there we go, we can see them quite clearly. We go down, they go out of focus, we go up, we can just get them so we can see them, the cells there. with all the nucleus wall there and the nucleotide in the middle, or whatever it's called. I'm afraid I'm not a great biology whiz kid, but what we then do is to go on to the next magnification is we bring the stage down so it's away from the lens, turn it over to the next one, and then bring the stage up so we can bring it into view. So we're now on the 15 times magnification, so we can see them even larger. And then to get onto the highest magnification on the objective lens, again bring the stage right down, turn it over onto the 40 times magnification, and again bring it up, and then because it gets very close to the lens you bring it up very slowly on the last bit, and then you can see them come into view there, and you can see you get, but again this is a trouble because I only do a slight movement on the slide and the whole thing moves about. So that's why it's probably worth getting the practitioner. Well, that's got one come into view, so that's out of focus, and then they're into focus there. Just give it a little nudge. But there you get the idea how difficult it is to move it into position accurately when you're on the highest magnification. Well, that's not a bad view there. So that's using the MiniGrab software so you can view it on your computer.